We made it to Friday. Yes, it's Friday. Was that? Oh, that was that dude dancing outside of the car. It's like no, that's different. Oh my gosh, it's been so much fun at the gym. We've had some of the old like nightclub tunes blaring. But yesterday when I walked in, Shakira, Hips Don't Lie, was doing a jam. Made me laugh so hard. A big smile on my face every time I get in there. Wow, that 71-year-old client of mine, we were doing Turkish get-ups yesterday. It's pretty impressive, man. Oh, watching that, like watching people in their mid to late 30s who can't move, and then watching a 71-year-old lady come in who's been adamant about making sure she can keep moving throughout her elder life. Nuts. Her sister going through spine surgery at the moment. So it was really sweet. We were chatting about all that and the recovery, and she brought me banana muffins yesterday. I got, I got muffins. That put a big smile on my face too. And then there are a few things that I listened to throughout yesterday that kind of hit home for a lot of all of this, and actually why I found excitement in finding this little format and making my commitment, sticking to it. What are we on now? Episode 47? 47! We're almost at 50. That's exciting. And I remember it was 2 years ago. It was the summer that Dad passed that I tried to do my 100 videos. And I started this kind of thing. My biggest issue with starting to do these longer form videos was one, editing. No interest. No desire. No pull. And I also was getting a bit mildly fed up with the way things were being edited. So until I'd realized what kind of format I wanted to do, what was I doing? I was trying to teach in different things. So I was trying to take a topic or pick something that I learned and teach the thing. But I found every time I went to go and do that, though, same as when I speak to you guys, that like nuance. you know, I can give you a foundation, I can give you a framework. Hell, you probably have all the frameworks you need. You probably have the frameworks that you see in the creators that you want to emulate have. And if you haven't, I mean, Alex Hormozy's $100 million models, like that's pretty much, there's only so many ways to skin a cat, right? There's only so many ways, there's a million ways to build, like to make a business, but there's only a few structures that all fall into the same thing. And again, when it comes to the creator economy and building online and building as a solopreneur or as an artist, what do you offer? Where can people buy it? Have them buy it. Deliver the offer. like, it's not, it's not very difficult. Difficult? No, difficult's the wrong word, because it is fucking difficult sometimes. Because what we'd realize is this is the problem, always. But it was funny yesterday, there was a couple of, oh, actually, there was a lovely new YouTube lady that I came across who's also an artist. I'm excited to start following her a little bit more. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. I'll have to let you guys know next week. But she was saying in one of her videos as well, she was like, be ugly. She was like, be ugly. Don't have the barrier to entry of needing to look a certain way or perform a certain way in order to do the work that you're doing. I think this is also where we've almost created these arbitrary barriers of entry online, because we almost feel like now the social media world is almost like us stepping into the magazine world, where we'll only be accepted if we have the right things, or we've got our hair in the right style, or we put the make. No, that was another thing with this as well. I wanted to make sure that it was very minimal editing, minimal effort, minimal setup for maximal value and output. And I understand as well these will, build out over time and they will get better. But I was listening, I jumped back to episode 1 the other day, and it just, the fact that I started this during one of the busiest times where I was feeling busy, and have managed to keep this cadence through getting the new job, getting new clients, maintaining my old clients, still sending out my emails Monday to Friday, still sending out my offers, still dealing, like, again, my life, I enjoy this. But the fact that I've been able to keep this practice means that this is something that means something to me. And I think it's that coming down to switching the flip from that conditional creating to the unconditional creating. That's one of the biggest hurdles to get over. And finding a piece of something that you can start creating your breadcrumbs and your digital, you know, assets over time so that people can come and see what you have and hear you and spend time with you. That was the other thing that she'd said in that one video about, again, minimal effort. Like, also, what was it? She was talking about exposure therapy with the being ugly thing. She was like, film a whole bunch of videos from like right under here. So you got a double chin and have the exposure therapy that if you're pulling a funny face, it doesn't matter. Like, if you're gonna I realize I actually pull quite a lot of funny faces when I talk. I'm quite animated, and I realize with my hands as well, and hilarious. But I remember being self-conscious about that for a long time. And again, right, we've got a sneakiness with these little things that we're dealing with. But if we can get over seeing ourselves, get over our voice. My voice was a big thing for me. I was like, oh, I always thought I have quite a low voice for a female, for a dainty. Emily Holland. I'm a lady, you see. I have quite a deep voice, and I was always very self-conscious for that. I remember finding the few couple of women online who sounded like me too, and I was like, oh my gosh, I get to just speak. I don't have to, because that's the thing, right? If you start coming on and feeling like you have to put on a presentation or put on a show or put on this right now, guys, and today, and then off camera, if you swear like a damn trucker and you try and mind your P's and Q's online, and then clients come and work with you and they don't realize that you're dropping F-bombs all the time. I had one of my mentors turn around and say she didn't sign on a client because he turned around and said, I don't appreciate the F-bombs and I would rather you not swear during our sessions. And she just went, well, I don't think that's going to be able to happen. Thanks, but no thanks. And it's that, right? It's like how, not quickly, but how true, I guess quickly isn't the right word, because quickly would be amazing. Like, the quicker you can get to being your authentic self online, bonus points. The rest starts to unfold later. But I think it's how quickly you can lay the foundation of the confidence to keep it up, because this is when then you bump into the obstacles or the hurdles or the pitfalls that inevitably come up, such as life. Especially when you decide to commit to something, it blows my mind what comes out of the woodwork and what tries to swipe your attention the second you actually decide to commit. The universe is like, oh really? Are you sure? Let's just put that to the test and then carry on. Bizarre. But the other thing that lady said, in the artist woman said in the YouTube video, she said you have to view your YouTube page like a library, like you're building a library. And this is why it takes time. It is not a quick fix. It is not an immediate satisfaction. And your levels of enthusiasm within these episodes, again, it cannot be in a conditional way where you can kind of feel that the person in the video is getting frustrated with doing the reps because they're just trying to, I don't know, get them out. Or let's see where this thought is going. But the way that she was describing it is that we're all building our own libraries, and until you have enough books for people to look at and stay, oh, that was it, that was the way she phrased it. She was like, if people come to your page and then you don't have many books, you don't have many videos. This is becoming a volume game. And this is why I was quite excited having a Monday to Friday cadence with this. I knew each week I would have 5 videos. So you can do the math on that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. We're almost at 10 weeks to get to 50 episodes. And then 20 weeks to get to 100. 100 is my goal, like bar minimum. Once I've hit 100, once I've enjoyed this process, thumbnails, descriptions, I then use this actually as the base of my transcript for my email for later in the afternoon, because I found just in terms of my schedule, my brain's not working as much. So I get up, this is my honestly what feels like semi-channeling in a sense, because we pick a thread, we pick a topic, and we go for it, and we see what comes up, and then that becomes the insight. The way that I was doing the newsletters before is I'd sit down on my computer and my bots or my frameworks would be like, okay, well, what's on your mind today? What are we working on this week? What are we doing? Like, what's happening in real life? And we move from there. And even now with the new little roster on the gym floor as well, I actually have more things happening outside of the internet to talk about when I come onto the internet. So that is another thing. If you spend all your time stuck between your computer trying and forcing words, forcing something to come out, and nothing's coming, go do something cool. Then you've got something to write about. We definitely overcomplicate it a lot of the times. And it's very easy to feel behind in this game. So, if you have found videos, if you have been watching creators, if you are at a point where you have been, should I, shouldn't I, start, start, find a way to start. And I always tell my clients, if they're not prepared to start where they are with people that are around them, go hide. Go find a channel, go make a new account, go find a channel where a lot of people aren't posting, or that's why Twitter's actually a really good one for that, especially if you are in the frame of mind that you wouldn't want to be on Twitter because it's political. There is a whole side to money Twitter, to wellness Twitter, to just like any other social media is, right? It's also it's the corners of the interwebs that you also go searching for, right? If you're struggling with what's going on in your newsfeed, clear it. Go find some more wholesome places to go run down. But again, remind yourself that you're building up your own echo chamber, so don't let it distract you or make you feel like you can't put your own version of what you're looking at out as well. All right, it's like filling in the gaps. I think we chatted about this one of the other episodes ago when I was talking about working with clients to make new offers and build out their offer force field, right? You start setting your boundaries, you start charging higher things, but then you also have to remember you got to fill in the gaps to make sure that it's a no-brainer option. That's basically the only thing you can do then, right, in terms of not forcing. Once you've clarified an offer, once you've clarified a price point that is your stretch price point that you're building towards, that you're, moving up. And like I said, or I've said this before, the way I got out of my rut was not by just suddenly charging thousands of dollars for my services, which I still hadn't truly believed was the value of them yet. You start incrementally going up. I'm still laughing at the fact that my strategy sessions are actually £250. So I know in the next 6 to 12 months that's going to be drastically changing. And same with the option 2 with the charts, £500, £250 each, £250 for me, £250 for my sister, to culminate your your human design blueprint with a strategy on top and push you in the correct direction that is designed to you. Yeah, this is where the work's going. It's going to the individual and to the human. And the reason why I lean into the charts is because, one, I know the amount of work that my sister has done. Two, I've been surrounded by astrology, energy, readings. It is not woo-woo. It is how the earth fucking operates. We are standing on a floating rock in space, people. The moon, the stars, and the skies apparently have been speaking to us for aeons. So anything that helps reveal more of your true self that society hasn't put on to you, sign me up. It's like the ultimate Myers-Briggs test in that sense. And this is where I've actually built my bots. Hang on, before I start on a new ramble thread, let me actually have some of my tea. This morning we got rooibos. Oh, that is delicious. Okay, question. Tea bags, right? Tea, liquid, tea bags, down here. It drips, the water, it sucks it up and it can't, and it drips. How do we stop this? How do we stop this from happening with tea bags? Maybe it's just these tea pigs one are not made nicely. But I always find that, because it makes sense, right? The water's being sucked up thing, gravity pulls it down, and then it just drips off the end. You have to come up with like a little, stick them on the side, a little tea bag holder, cozy. I guess that's why teacups are put on teacup plates. Saucers? Is that what they're called? My brain just glitched. Anyway, Now I've forgotten what we were talking about. No, I haven't. Human design, charts, blueprints, and this is why I've built the sidekicks with the white belt, black belt, white belt, blue belt, and black belt levels of input prompting. And all that means is it's just the level that your bot or your sidekicks, Lumi and Luma, will understand you from the get go. So obviously, white belt is if you're just coming and using them and you've just got your story, you can use them straight off the bat. They will ask you questions. They will make sure that your offers are built off of things you have actually done, not things that you are hoping to be doing. True, like evidence, 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 evidence. And if you don't have evidence for the thing that you want to be offering, go get the evidence first and then build it out as a proper service, all right? Don't skip the steps. Don't skip the steps. And then the blue belt is if you've ever done a Myers-Briggs personality test, or you've ever gone and pulled your birth charts or your star signs, or you've got your astrology or anything like that, you can input that into it. And obviously it'll know you a bit more. But the ultimate is the human design, because within the human design as well, you don't just go through, it doesn't just illuminate things, it illuminates your core direction of what you're here to heal and do. And the way that my sister actually pulls the business side of the charts, what I love about what comes out is on the marketing side, one is the way people see you, regardless of how you see yourself, the way people see you, and the way you are designed to relay information. And I think she gives you like one or two little phrases. So for me, it's very much in the moment, very much of the now. I like, it's almost like live reporting. This is the style that I enjoy. Others, not always. They need to go, they need to do all the things, they need to collect all the stuff, and then they need to present the evidence towards them. This also doesn't negate that you can still do the creation and the behind the scenes capturing of stuff, but it just would be a very different content plan that I would recommend somebody like that do. It would potentially be more of a once a week thought through post instead of a daily posting schedule to just get over volumes and reps. All right, so we're all operating differently. And again, it made me laugh this year for Shoshana's obsessed thing, because it was last year when I was just starting to find my feet with all of this, and when my sister was finally getting her full, I guess, offering together, because she's one of those where she has to do all of the stuff behind everything that she does. Again, planets, astrology, humans, like that. It's such a big container. There's so many variables. She's been in that world of studying it, of testing it, of working with clients, of doing the readings, of creating her own ways of reading the charts as well. Because that's also something that, you know, what the AI bots won't be able to do, again, is that nuance. But what they're not good at is putting context from many different planes and seeing how they relate to others and seamlessly kind of moving through one and the other without losing the same kind of thread. So what I like then with the charts is that it just, I mean, I remember pulling mine and I just looked at it and I was like, I knew it. And I was, again, I was like this close to have like figuring it out by myself. But I always picture those bowling ball guardrails. It's like, okay, I'm trying. And then you go this way. And then it's like the universe goes, dunk, no, not that way, this way. And then it's like, dunk, 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 no, not that way, this way. And it's like you're making your way down to the pins, but you're taking your sweet ass time. And it's taking a lot more trial and tribulation because of just the nature of the world that we live in and the pressures and everyone around you. And usually, if you are going down this path of creator, artist, entrepreneur, one, you've probably self-isolated because you feel like nobody around you understands you. I'm rolling my eyes now because I'm just realizing how big the fucking world is and that people like you are out there. I used to close myself off to even making lady friends because I was just like, I don't do the same things that normal women like. Like, I don't want to talk about shoes, or I don't want to, like, it's not fun for me. And I had completely closed off building female friendships with some fucking badass people. I'm so glad that I let ladies back into my life and like dealt with my own damn issues with that and realized that I'm not so fucking special, that I'm the only one. Oh, we're so silly. We're so silly. Humans are weird. This life is weird. So weird. So weird. Anyway, I've just seen 20 minutes, so I kind of just want to wrap up this thought. But that lady, again, talking about building your library on YouTube and finding that thing where you can start building your reps and building your confidence and, just learning how you enjoy and letting your style evolve, giving yourself that space for it to grow and without judgment and without feeling like it has to achieve something immediately, because this part of it is the long game, and it's those that are able to just disconnect from that side of the instant gratification. I mean, I find it funny because I feel instant gratification after I filmed one of these episodes. Yes, the longer term gratification in terms of potential monetary values or the compound effect of now finding new people who then have a library of things to go and watch. Because that was, sorry, let me just finish that point. That was the thing that you were saying, if people land on your page or they see one video and then they check your page and you've only got one or two videos, they're not going to stick around for very long. Whereas if you have a library and you have hundreds of videos for them to go through, they can spend time with you. And that's how people build up this parasympathetic relationship online with people, where they end up spending more time with you. They know you. You have absolutely no idea they exist sometimes, unless you comment. Please comment. Tell me you're here. But it's that they're able to spend time with you, and by being able to spend time with you, they then build that trust with you. And then down the line, this is why influencers and companies are paying influencers more than they are paying for billboards or ads even at the moment, if the influencer has spent time building their audience and cultivating that, and obviously don't be chicken shit with the things that you're selling to your audience, and don't be stupid. Like, sell things that make sense. Give the affiliate links to the things that make sense. Everybody should have the affiliate link of the things that they're actually using. Any artist, any photographer, eventually I'm going to get mine set up as well. Hong Kong's got a little weird with what's going on with what we're allowed to do and stuff, so I haven't had my brain on it, but I have some friends who are very, very, very deep down the rabbit hole of figuring out all the Amazon affiliate links and everything. So, well, one friend in particular, my favorite. And I'm sorry, I'm smiling because I know she's going to see that. And it just makes me laugh. But even that, like, creating a little camaraderie with your audience, dropping in little tidbits, giving them ways to spend time with you and get to know you and learn things that you don't just have everywhere. Like, you're building relationships with humans as much as people are still sitting in that, oh, I want passive, I want things. No, you don't. Be active. Be active in your life. Be active in your community. Be active in what it is you're doing. Don't just want to set it and forget it and disappear into a hole. That is not a life. It is not a life. And if you keep going down that passive income rabbit hole, at some point it's gonna click, and you're gonna be annoyed that it took you so long to just do something else until you figure out where you can then place your money and play different games. Like, learn different games first. Learning the passive income game, I don't know, I feel like it's a trap. Not saying it's not possible, and not saying it's not able to be set up, but like the faceless thing, the finding some sort of machine that's just going to do this, and again, pump out crap for the sake of crap to then make a buck, and then do this. Like, you're just forever going to be chasing trends. Forever going to be chasing trends instead of fully laying the foundation. It's like those people that always yo-yo diet. They try and get fit, they yo-yo diet for an event, they want to look skinny, and then they go fall off the wagon, and then it's all downhill from there. It is exhausting. That is exhausting. That is what causes injuries, burnout, depression, all of that stuff. And when you get into those holes, it is a lot harder to dig yourself out. I remember I had a nasty phase where I'd realized that for some reason in my mind, I had to hit this rock bottom. Now, the problem is with rock bottom is you don't actually know where that is, which means you could end up digging yourself much further down than you need to. This kind of ties into that and both scenario, where it's like, even if you're a smoker, you can still start going to the gym and get yourself healthy in other ways. Even if you're still, not fully happy with the way that you're doing your diet, it doesn't matter. Go train as well. Eat the crap and go to the gym. Don't just eat the crap. Do both. At least the gym will be mitigating something. And like I said, when you actually start getting into your body and start moving and start getting glimpses into how good this is designed to feel, that's when the desires switch. The reason why you can't understand why that would be such a good desire that you're able to sacrifice other things, which turn out not to be a sacrifice when you've seen the potential of what you can get on the other side, you're like, actually, sweet. What do you mean I don't get to pick that? I would rather pick doing this than having a night out on alcohol. You can keep that because I know what's on the other side of this. It shifts the, again, it's that intrinsic, right? That intrinsic pull. It has to be from inside. It has to be coming from you. It has to be that direction, because if it's the other direction, that's when it's very easy to go, I didn't really want to do it anyway, or like, and quit. Or that's when the shoulds build up, and then you start doing something to the point that then you've by accident done it in the wrong way. You're making it way harder for yourself than it needs to be, because you feel like this is the only way that it's possibly to be done, and this is the thing that you should do to be successful. And then you go down that road and you get utterly disappointed that side too. And then you wake up one day and you're like, hang on a minute, what am I doing? Why am I running on this treadmill? What ladder am I climbing? And is it my own? And do I even want what's at the top? Nuts. Like I said, humans are strange. This world is weird. Find find your peace. Build your section of it. Find your people and yeah, I don't know. Create. But create for the sake of creating. Happy Friday.